Hey traders, I'm Trading Man Dan, trader and technical analyst for the last 13 years. And in this video, we're going to look at the broader market as there's some red flags in tech names. Looks like some weekly consolidation might be shaping up, but rotation continues to take place. We'll look at our different sectors and see where the money is flowing. All right, so pretty exciting day out there today, and you can see a big divergence between SPY and QQQ. Here is SPY on the daily time frame, and here is QQQ. Big difference, big red candle, big red volume. What does that tell us? There's rotation going on. Today, big tech dropped, AI dropped, semiconductors dropped. They're a group, they're all correlated. And we had the financial sector and IWM going up in a big way. That is the ideal rotation. We know weekly consolidation is inevitable in tech, and that was the theme today, was talking about weekly consolidation for me. So on Twitter, I was talking about pre-market. The market is setting up for all these strong major names to be looking for, let me read it, and all these lead bull names to one day see weekly consolidation. Well, today's shaping that up. And the setup is here for all the bears to say, this is it, this is the top. Told you, just a bear market rally, get ready for a bunch of red, and we're just going to be looking for weekly higher lows. So keeping all that in mind, I'm looking for weekly consolidation in all of these names. And the real signal for me today was QQQ rejecting from the 52-week high, the high of this week. So we rejected from resistance by 38 cents. That in itself wasn't a red flag, but to then break the low of yesterday, red flag. Only bear mindset from there. And I entered a meta short. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But look at the weekly time frames now. So QQQ, still in a daily uptrend, technically speaking. I'm looking down at 340, needing to break for that weekly consolidation to be underway. But a convincing day. When's the last time we saw Amazon, Microsoft, Google all down 3 to 4%? It's been a while. Today was a day where the bears said, hey, something's different today. And so that had us looking for weekly consolidation. So let's just go through the list here. Amazon certainly looks like weekly consolidation is shaping up. Meta, same deal. Apple, same deal. Again, doesn't have to be the case, but I'm looking for it. All these names. Google, NVDA, weekly consolidation is already underway there. So again, just a reminder, we know that we've been extended on these weekly time frames, and we know that the part of any uptrend is consolidation along the way. So while we're pulling back here, if QQQ holds weekly EMA 12, that's healthy for me, which means QQQ over the next couple weeks can drop another 4 to 5% and still be just fine. If you lose weekly EMA 12, what that will then do is then create the space. We're still going to look for the higher low, but then there's the space to potentially confirm a weekly downtrend. If we hold the weekly EMA 12, we're looking for continuation. Just like last time. Remember we were saying the same thing last time? So, still have to see an hourly downtrend confirm. QQQ has not confirmed an hourly downtrend during regular trading hours in over a week. Bears had full control today. We're going to look for an hourly lower high to be the result of the next bounce. And I anticipate we're going to see the hourly downtrend confirm, but again, bears still have to prove that. So the short that I took on Meta, and then we're going to look at the rotation that's taking place right now. But short that I took on Meta was looking at the upper wicks from the last few days, showing me the bulls are tiring, looking at the hourly time frame, and seeing a head and shoulders. Seeing a left shoulder and a head. And so we opened weaker. We had relative weakness pre-market, where we were opening near the low of yesterday when no other big tech name was opening near that low. And said, okay, I'm watching for an hourly lower high, anything under 276.57. And I said the same thing yesterday, looking for an hourly lower high compared to 275.57. We didn't get it. But today we did, and as soon as I saw the pullback from the high of the day, again, started to look bear at that point. And so on Meta, we double bottomed at the low of the day, and on this 5-minute lower high, I shorted. I was live streaming at the time, and I shorted, and I was looking for a level where I can say that's either the 5-minute lower high or I'm wrong and I stop out. Because I know we must confirm a 5-minute downtrend for the hourly lower high to be set in that head and shoulders pattern. And that head and shoulders obviously has now followed through very significantly. The neckline support, we had a base in the 269s, and we fell right through it. So I ended up taking a larger position size than normal, but took profit to get back to a normal size position on this initial leg down, and then just rode out the rest and swinging some. And I'm looking for, my target in an ideal world is weekly EMA 12, down at 240, another 10% to the downside. But we've been holding daily EMA 12 for over a month at this point, and we're testing that now. And so if I'm going to swing on the weekly for consolidation, I know I'm going to have to sit through a daily downtrend confirming eventually. So that's the other thing. You can hear a baby turkey. That's a baby turkey. We started daily consolidation yesterday without confirming hourly downtrends. We can start weekly consolidation without confirming daily downtrends as well. And we have to be watching to see if that then happens, if the daily downtrend then confirms to tell us, okay, further weekly consolidation is coming. Because if we just pull back and never confirm the daily downtrend, that's a weekly bull flag. The bears must pull back big enough to set the lower high and lower low on that consolidation. So today's just day one, right? Today is day one that the tech sector bears have shown us something. And while that was going on, the semiconductors pulled back. NVDA gave us a real nice daily equilibrium, a higher low set this morning, and then we rolled over. The bear break was 381.48. Really nice follow through once that level broke. And now we're looking down at the level before the gap fill, 366.35. We're going to be looking for a weekly higher low, as will a lot of other bulls. We can pull back a lot before we get to weekly EMA 12, another 15% to the downside. But we're going to look for an hourly lower high to be the result of the next bounce, and going to be patient. Give the bears some time. Give the bears some time to let this play out, and keeping an eye on daily EMA 12 as well. But the goal for the bears certainly is to get to the daily gap fill where there is a lack of support. And so SMH started this weakness before NVDA, and you can see today it held up a little bit better, but semiconductors weekly consolidation is underway. AI names. PLTR had news all week, and more news this morning. Gap up, open, strong push up, and that's the last of the push. That's a volume climax candle, and that is a top being set for now. Tons of space for the hourly lower high to be set from here, and we're going to look for weekly consolidation. Again, this is the way trends work, right? So we just went up 140%, 135% since our last weekly consolidation. We know it's due. It's inevitable. That's the way markets work. And so we're going to look for, technically it's still a daily uptrend, but again, the amount of selling that was going on today, we're certainly watching for weekly consolidation. AI, we knew a daily lower high is the most likely scenario because of the range that has been created on this volatility. And if we break the low of today, tomorrow, daily lower high is set, and we're then looking back down at 30.26. And I'm going to be expecting a tightening daily range as the most likely scenario because we're still 20% above our daily support. SMCI, another lead AI name, had a tightening daily range, break bull, but again, looking like temporary tops are being set. So again, just lump in tech, AI, semiconductors, all correlated to each other, doing similar things. So while all this has been happening, profit taking in that portion of the market, we've got, we'll look at Tesla in just a bit, but here's the rotation. So XLF, green day, and that is why SPY did not break the low of yesterday. XLF was holding it up. If QQQ looked like SPY did, I'd say, all right, we might get some further consolidation, but no big deal. But it was obviously a lot different. So XLF, all about 33.55 from here. And that is now just over 1% away. And if that breaks, it's a confirmed weekly uptrend. Hourly uptrend is our guide. So rotation, XLF up, IWM up. Look at the IWM bulls. That volume is for real. That is not fake out volume. We have tons of space for a daily higher low next consolidation. We are seeing rotation into the Russell 2000, into the financial sector, and looking at the monthly Again, IWM, it's all about 198.53 from here because it's possible we set a monthly lower high and tighten up all summer. But bulls have full control in the short term right now, and the hourly uptrend will be our guide. When we pull back, we're going to look for a daily higher low. Regional banks benefiting with the financial sector strength. We hit 3-month highs today. So anybody short KRE in the last 3 months is now in the red, and we're looking at 45 and 45.35 as the next resistance levels. Lots of space for a daily higher low next consolidation. Trying to get over weekly EMA 12. That was a visual target for us on the weekly oversold bounce, and the monthly bounce is underway. So regional bank fears subsiding. Again, no news is good news. I haven't heard anything about a regional bank in 6 weeks. Maybe less, month. So financial sector, IWM over here. Semiconductors, AI, tech over here. Healthcare, whose team are you on? Today it was red, but do we confirm the daily uptrend for a clear and convincing weekly equilibrium to continue forming, or do we fail to confirm the uptrend and go right back to joining Team Bear and head to our lows? This is a key one for me. Again, I don't trade the healthcare sector, but I'm watching the next 2 days, the rest of the week. Can the bulls shape up an hourly trend change and set a daily higher low? Because if XLF, XLV, and IWM are all going up while our other team is all pulling back, that's going to keep the broader market very healthy. Again, keep an eye out for all major sectors hitting the lows at the same time. Has not happened in a while. So again, this is what I keep saying, where you can't talk about the market as one thing. You can't say the market is bullish, the market is bearish, because there's so many different things doing different things. Tech completely different than IWM today. Probably the biggest divergence day between the two in a very long time. Biotech sector still benefiting from the growth sector, IWM. Still benefiting from that strength. Daily stair-step pattern with a higher low every day, 6 days in a row. And watching 89, 83 resistance, potentially an indecision doji. Getting ready for daily consolidation. But burden is on bears to prove that to us. And ARKK also pulled back a bit today. Gap up open. Still watching the monthly trend change attempt here, 45.46. We got real close today. I will be interested in looking for a weekly higher low. And as I've been mentioning, I kind of hope we reject here to look for a swing entry on a weekly higher low. There's going to be swing entries on weekly higher lows in semiconductors, tech, AI names, and maybe ARKK. And we're just going to be patiently watching. Consolidation could last 2 weeks and maybe be a bull flag. It could last 4 weeks and be more substantial, taking it 1 day at a time. Crypto stocks, MARA, had a bull break of its daily channel. We broke one level, not the second level. And I entered long first thing this morning on the live stream, scaled out half the position into strength, and then stopped out the second half when we gave that entire move back. Crypto bulls are struggling, and we are still choppy range bound in our crypto stocks, and Riot is clearly weaker. So Riot is closer to falling through this channel into price discovery to the downside, while MARA is still well within that channel. But these stocks aren't going anywhere for the bulls if Bitcoin remains weak. And again, still just watching this falling wedge. And we rejected right from that resistance on that bounce yesterday. The dollar broke the 12-hour equilibrium bearish. As soon as you break an equilibrium, you zoom out. Zoom out to the daily. Now it's a daily tightening range. So a 12-hour bear break is possible to just set a daily higher low. So bears must confirm the downtrend if the metals and miners are going to get any upside. But bulls bought the dip today, and that's leading to some downward pressure. Gold is testing the lows. Silver tried to break bull, gave it all back. Miners, same thing, inside bar bull break. Couldn't break the high of 32.29 and gave it all back into daily consolidation. I cannot have any confidence in the metal and miner bulls if the dollar is not showing us weakness and a clear weekly lower high. And it's not doing so yet. Oil daily higher low set. So tightening range, low, high, higher low. Anything under 75.06 is just a lower high. And expecting this range is likely to tighten up into next week. So again, you have to determine what sector are you watching, because they're different things. We're looking for hourly lower highs in tech and semiconductors and AI. We're looking for hourly higher lows in IWM XLF. What time frame are you interested in? Are you looking for weekly higher lows in these names for swing trades? So determine, and then are you aggressive or conservative? You need to determine what instruments you're watching to determine the most likely scenarios on those instruments, because different things are doing different things. You need to determine what time frame you're looking at, day trading or swing trading, and you need to determine, are you going to be aggressive or conservative? And that helps shape what kind of entry you look to take. And we're going to stay on top of it every day. It will be very notable to me the next time we see all major sectors at the low of the day at the same time. But you can see every day, I'd say, in the last 6 months of trading, I'd say the first 5 minutes of trading, QQQ and XLF trade inverse to each other 75% of the time. I'm making that up, but I watch it every day. And then that shifts. That correlation generally will shift a bit later in the morning. Today, it stayed that way all day. So just watching where the money's flowing, because right now the money's swirling around in the market to different places. It's not leaving. We'll see if it's leaving. And you look at the VIX, big red day in tech. Why in the world is the VIX at the lows? Rotation. You do not see the VIX. Again, it's the #1 reason why I'm shocked. People are not talking about the major sectors and the clues that are given by watching them. But you do not get these moves without all major sectors hitting the lows together. Appreciate you watching. Do good things. Hope you have a great forever. A point that I've hammered home a few times, and I'm going to continue doing so, is that trading is a team game. The amount of people that I see trading solo based on polls, 40, 50%, is a bit alarming. It's a team game that you can have 100 people in your corner, 10 people in your corner, and it's way better off than having one. I personally, in my 13 years of trading, traded solo for literally about 6 months. That means for 12.5 years, I have been trading with teammates, and the vast majority of them, I have not known these individuals beforehand. They're online internet strangers. But the amount of profit that I have made over the last 13 years that I can directly attribute to other individuals, whether it was pointing out a sector to me, an individual chart, or pointing out news, all these different things have greatly influenced my ability to profit in this market. Do whatever you can to find a team, whether it's online or in person, and have at least one other person that you're bouncing ideas off of.